Okay, last session we have completed supply module. If you have any questions, you can ask. We have created suppliers and we have entered transactions, supplier purchase orders, supplier invoice. Supplier invoice you can use as GRN, and goods to the supplier, you can enter supplier return. And when you are doing payments to the supplier, you can enter supplier payment. And if you have not allocated supplier payment to an invoice, you can use allocate payments. And if you want to change supplier balances, you can use supplier adjustments. And from reports, you can generate purchase by supplier report, supplier balances outstanding report. You can select supplier, a particular supplier or range of suppliers, or all suppliers, and you can select category. And if you want, you can generate a detailed report or summary report. And if you want view the report in supplier's currency, you can take this foreign currency. And if you want to view home currency or local currency, you can untick this option. Then you can generate supplier transaction report, purchase order reports, invoice reports, supplier unallocated payments, and emails sent to suppliers. Then if you want to change your opening balances, you can use this special and adjust opening balances. From here, you can change. If you want to change your opening balances, you can change the opening balances. Okay, today we will start customer module. We have shared user manual also. If you can download, or else we will send via email also. Okay, now when you are doing Masterfile, we have already created customers. I'll quickly go through that, how to create customers and sales reps and customer categories. You can create customers from this. Go to customer module and then click this add a customer, or else you can create customers by go to customers list, list of customers, and click add a customer. From here you can enter customer name, and you can create or you can select customer categories. If the customer has opening balance, you can enter opening balance, and you can enter the opening balance as a date. From credit limit, you can enter credit limit, customer credit limit, and customer tax number. If you are allocating any sales rep or sales manager, you can select the sales rep from this drop down menu. And this auto allocate receipt to orders invoices, you can use this if you want to allocate your customer receipt to orders invoice. You can use this option. You can tick this. Then exclude from debtors manager. Now there's a additional add-on module, debtors manager. From that debtors manager, if you want, you can send outstanding invoice reminders to your customers. If you want to exclude, you can tick this, or if you want to include, you can untick this one. And if you want to hold new invoices to this customer, you can tick this option, and you can enter customer postal address, delivery address, contact details. And if you enter email here, you can send your invoices, quotations, sales orders, receipt to the customer via email. And if you are giving regular discount to this customer, you can set default discount. And if your company is selling different products to in different prices, you can create you can create price list, and you can set a price list to this customer. And you can select the tax rate of this customer, and you can enter credit period for this customer, and you can select currency. And if you want to, if your company has different layouts, for an example, tax layout and non-tax layout, you can select the relevant layout from this layouts tab, and select this layout from this tax invoice. After enter details, you can save. Then you can create sales reps, go to customers, list of sales reps, click add a sales rep, and enter sales rep details, and you can save the sales rep. Then we will create customer categories. Go to customers, list, customer categories, click add category, enter the category name, and save. Okay, like that you can create customers, sales reps, and customer categories. Now we will move to transaction. In transaction, we will do customer quotations, sales orders, tax invoices, recurring invoices, customer credit notes, customer receipts, allocate receipts, and customer adjustments. And also we will do how to design or customize customer invoice layouts and quotation layouts. Okay, right. First we will create a customer quotation. Now you can remember when we are doing that company settings, we have set document numbers. If you want to set a quotation number, you can do it from here. Go to company, change company settings, document and statements, document numbers. From quotation, you can enter the new document number. When you enter this number from next quotation onwards, that number will display in that quotation. Okay, after you set the number, we can go to the quotation. Then click add quote. You can select the customer here. When you select the customer, you can view that customer details, customer balances, tax numbers, credit limit. Currently, you cannot view this document number, but that document number is that you have set in that company settings. That number will allocate to this quotation. Okay, and customer references. Now, if your customer has sent any document requesting a quotation or requesting a proposal, if you want, you can enter that number under customer reference. And from the layout, you can select layout. When you are creating customer, you can set a layout. That layout will display here. And if you allocate, assign any sales rep to that customer, that sales rep will display here. And if you want, you can change the sales rep. Okay, and tax number will display. Date is current date, today date. And expiry date is if you have given any credit period, it will apply for this quotation expiry date also. Then if you have set a default discount, it will display here. If you want, you can change when processing the quotation. Okay. Then here you use inclusive amount. If you take this option, now here price will display in exclusive price. If you take this option, inclusive price will display in the screen. Okay, now from type, if you are selling any item, you can select it to item, and from selection you can select that items. Okay, when you select the item, you can view item code, item description, reserved quantity, and quantity on hand. Then description will display in the screen. And when you are creating an item, if you have given any unit, it will display. And you can enter quantity, that selling quantity, and selling price. If you have set that selling price, it will display here. Then tax type. If you are giving discount percentage or discount amount, you can enter that amount. And system will calculate exclusive amount, taxes, and total. And if you want to assign this to any department or any analysis code, you can select that analysis code here. And second line also you can enter any item. And if you want to add more items, by clicking this plus mark, you can add item lines. And if you have set any default message, it will display here and total display here. Then you can print this quotation, or you can directly email to the customer, or you can save this quotation. Okay, like this we can enter quotation, customer quotation to the system. If you have any questions, you can ask. Or else okay, I'll repeat it again. You can enter quotation from customers, transaction, customer quote, from customer drop down menu you can select the customer. Then it will display customer balances, tax numbers, credit limit details, addresses, and from here you can select items. You can enter quantity, and you can save or print or email the quotation. Okay, like this you can enter quotation. Now you can enter quotations. If you can, please enter 4 quotations. Then we can show that accepted decline invoice, like that we can sort that quotation. Therefore please enter 4 quotations. Okay, after enter that quotation, if you want, you can view the print preview. And if you want, you can change this layout. You can design this quotation layout. Okay, after complete this quotation, we will move to that designing part. Okay, now you can view that total discount, exclusive amount, and total of this quotation. Then I'll move, after you enter that quotation, you can view that quotation list. Go to customers, transaction, customer codes. From here, you can view that quotations, list of quotations. You can view the customer name, document number, quotation number, customer reference, date, expiry date, total, status, sales rep. And if you want to customize this grid, by clicking this customize grid, you can customize. And also you can sort by clicking these headings, ascending or descending order. Then there are few status in these quotations. First one is pending. Now pending is you have invoice, you have entered a quotation, and it's not expired yet, therefore it will display as pending. Then if you invoiced any quotations, from here you can convert to or you can create invoice. If you create an invoice for this quotation, the status will change to invoice. Then if you have entered quotation and that expiry date also expired, then that status will change to expired. Like that, this status will change. If you invoiced, it will change to invoice, and if that quotation expired, it will change to expired, and if not reached that expired date, it will display as pending. Then I'll move to these options. From here, you can view quotation GP. You can view item, item code, item description, average cost, exclusive amount, GP amount, and GP percentage. And if you cannot view your GP, please go to administration, click control user access, select your user and click on permissions. Okay, go to administration, control user access, and select your user and click on permissions. Click these customers. Then customer codes, sorry, customer tax invoice, and tick here. By default, it's untick, and please tick on this view GP on invoices, codes, and sales orders. Tick here and save. Okay, I'll repeat it again. Go to administration, control user access, select the user, your user, and click on permissions. Click customers, customer tax invoices, tick on this view GP on invoices, quotes and sales orders. After that, save. If you have done in different tab, please refresh this tab and then you can view that. The changes will apply to this tab also. Okay, then you can view that GP of this quotation, item code, item description, average cost, exclusive price, gross profit amount and gross profit percentage. Okay, then quote history. From here you can view that quotation history, and later you can change or modify this quotation, and you can check that changes also will display here. Then show user defined fields. If you want, you can add user defined fields here. You can enter details. Then document attachments. If you want to attach any documents, you can attach here. You can attach up to 2 MB and up to 5 attachments. Then document notes. From here, you can add a note to this quotation. Then if the customer accepted this order, you can click this accepted, or if customer reject the quotation, you can click decline and invoice. And then if you want to convert this quotation to an invoice, you can click this create invoice. Then this quotation will change to an invoice. Okay, then create recurring invoice, create sales order. And if you want to copy this quotation, you can click this copy code. Then same quotation will be created with different quotation number. Now you can see this 74 we created today. This is the copied invoice. Okay, now I change the discount percentage. It will display here the value of the document was changed from 99 to 1105. Okay, now you can check these options. You can check that GP percentage or GP amount and copy invoice. You can view quotation history by changing values. Okay, now assume you want to enter bulk item here. Then you can select this bundle from type, and you can select that bundle item. Okay, and if you want to invoice time, you can select time from this type, and if you want to select account, you can select this account, and from selection you can select your sales account. Okay, like that. You can change this type. You can change type to item, account, time, or bundle. Okay, next we will move to that designing part. You can download that designer from this change company settings. Document and statements, invoice and statement layout, and by clicking here you can download that layout designer. Select desktop add-ons and downloads and click here, and click on download and install now. I think we already downloaded this designer. I'll quickly go through again. Go to company, change company settings, invoice and statement layouts. Clicking here, clicking here, select desktop add-ons and downloads. Select this accounting custom layout designer for Windows. Click on download and install now. Then your system designer will download. Then you can view this icon, this accounting custom layout designer icon. Double click that. Okay, you can enter your username at your email address. And your password. Click OK. Then from this layout, now if you are designing quotations, sales order, tax invoice, or credit note, customer documents, you can select this first one, quotes, sales orders, tax invoices, credit notes. Then there may be default layouts. Then you can select one and click on design. And before design also, if you want, you can check available layouts. Actually, this is not a very difficult one, and you don't want that programming knowledge or designing knowledge. It's drag and drop that icons to that layout. It's very easy, and you can quickly understand the procedures. Okay, open any quotation, and you can change this layout. You can change the layout to default modern or default plain, default classic, and you can view, print preview. And if this layout is okay, you can design this one. You can use for design this. Then you can check other layouts also. Can view that default plain and print preview. Then this is a different layout. Then default classic. Okay, you can add this logo from company settings. Go to company, change company settings, branding, select the logo, your logo here. Then you can select the position of this logo, top left or top right, and then you can preview. Okay, now we will move to designer. Okay, I'll select default modern. Before you design layout your own, first open that available layout, then click design. Okay, then after you open that, you can view this screen. Then go to file and click on save as, enter layout name, click on OK. Now you can view that your report name slate available here, and from here you can design your layout. Okay. If you want, you can increase or decrease this label size, and if you want to move your company logo to middle, you can change. Then if you want to change your font size or font style and colors, you can change from here. Click that this label, and from font, okay, two sections are there. First field list. If you click this field list, that available fields or available tables will display here. Then that attributes of that fields will be displayed here. You can change your layout appearance by changing these attributes. Now for an example, if you want to change this customer name font size or font style from here by clicking this font, click on this font. You can select the font style, or you can select fonts from here. Then you can select the font style and you can select the size. Then it will change. And if you want to change colors, you can change from this foreground color. And you can align this alignment, text alignment, left, right, middle, like that. You can change this alignment. And if you want to increase this field size, okay, you can align from here also. And if you want to underline or italic, bold, you can do from here also. Then you can increase this width, height, like that. You can change. And this has a few sections. First one is page header, then line items, and page footer. Okay, now these are the tables. From here you can select that details or fields from here, and you can drag and drop here. Then those values will display from here in your quotation. Now if you want to add customer balances, by selecting this balance, you can drag and drop here. And if you want to add credit limit of this customer, you can add here, like that. You can take fields from these tables, and you can locate that relevant places. Okay, and you can go through these fields, and you can add that fields to these quotations. Now you can enter credit limit, customer contact name here. Then these additional fields, postal address, web address like that. Customer details you can drag and drop here. Business registration number, those things you can drag and drop. Then after that, there may be customer document headers. Now first one, company. That company is our company details, our company city, postal address, those things will display here. Then customer details, then fields related to that document header, I mean the document. Then you can select that document numbers, invoice date, due date, then overall discount, tax, those fields you can drag and drop from this customer document header. Okay. Then document lines, that means you can add document lines to this detail. Then user defined fields related to that document and registration info. Okay. Now for an example, in your quotation there may be few more than one line, but when you are designing the layout, if you have given one line, it will display all other lines also. Okay, you don't want to enter number of lines for that quotations. If you enter any now for an example, in your quotation there may be 5 lines, 5 items there, and but here you need to add only one line, then system will automatically add other lines also. Okay, now this comment is when you enter that quotation, you can add any comments here by clicking this file mark. Then new line will display, and you can type any comment here. Like that, comments you can add. Then it will display in these comments. Okay. Then in this left side, you can use some icons there. Now when you are designing, for an example, if you want to add invoice number and you want to mention that invoice number, and you want to mention that invoice number from the this database. Okay, that case first select add a label here, and you can rename that label. Then from here, from this field list, you can add that document number. Okay, then assume you want to add invoice date. Oh, sorry, we are entering quotation now. I'll change to this quote. quotation number. Then you want to add quotation date. Either you can copy and you can change that name, or you can add a label here and you can rename that. Then from this side, from field list, you can drag and drop that date. Okay, like that. You can add fields from right side and labels from left side. And if you want to draw a line, you can add this line. And if you want to add a table, you can add a table. Then if you want to change this font size or font colors, you can change from here. You can align, select that font. Okay, now it has changed. Like this, you can change. Then if you want to change this table, you can right click and you can click on insert, or if you want to delete. Now for an example, if your company is not VAT registered company, then you want to delete this tax column, then click right click, select delete, select column. Then now that tax column deleted. And if you want to add any field, by clicking this right click, select insert, and you can add a column, left or right. Select left. Okay, and one more thing. Now you can see there's a this database icon. If apply for any this box, that means it's a field from a database. And if there's not any database column, that means it's a label. And I assume you want to mention that quotation. You can bold, underline, and you can increase the font size. And if you want to align, now there are also a few lines, a few icons from here horizontally. You can align. And if you want to align this quotation date and this date, you can select that two boxes, and from here also you can align. Select that first one, and by clicking control button, select the second one. Then from this icon also you can align, left align, right align, align tops, align bottom, like that. You can align. And if any fields overlap, it will show as red color. You can little move that modes from arrow keys. You can change that one, and if you want increase that size, you can drag this from here. Okay, after you made any changes, you can save from here. Then you can go to system and refresh, and from here you can select that layout, and you can preview that layout. Okay, you can preview this layout, and you can change from in that layout designer. Now you can see this date here display only 3rd 2021, but here in this date that time also display. Now you can change this one by formatting. Click this one, click arrow, and you can format. You can format date, time, numbers. Now from here date, time, you can DDMMYY. Okay, after that save. Go to print preview and refresh. Then that date has changed to this format, and we have added credit limit for this customer. Now it also has 4 decimal places in cents. We can change that one also. Click on this arrow and format string. Select number, and from here you can select any format, and also there are maybe custom layer this format also you can add from here. Now after that you can view that formats. Now if you want to add 2 decimal places, you can add 2 decimal places. You now save. Go to print preview and refresh. Okay, now you can see this 150,000 with 1,000 separators and only 2 decimal places. Okay, like that you can design that. If you can, please log into that designer in the before next session. You can practice as a homework, and you can please try to log in. If you have any questions, or if you have any difficulties log into the designer, please ask any questions or just send the message in chat. Okay, now please log into this layout designer and check whether you can design that or add fields to the layouts. First, uh, try to design a small one or change in that fields, and later you can practice and you can design that layout your own. Okay, initially you may feel it's difficult, but when you are familiar with that fields and that sections, it will be easy for you. Uh, Please try to design small layout, then later you can add more fields to the layout. And if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, if you have any questions related to layout designer, you can ask. Hope everyone can log into that layout designer and design. Okay, next we will move to customer sales orders. You can practice that layout designer uh, as a homework, and if you have any questions, you can email us. Okay, next we will move to sales orders. Go to customers, transactions, customer sales orders. Now we are entering sales order. Now for example, if you now first we send the quotation and customer confirm the order, and we want to allocate those quantities for that customer. For that we will enter sales order. After that we can enter the invoice. Now you can follow these 3 steps, or if you want, you can enter quotation and next you can enter the tax invoice, or you can enter quotation, then you can convert quotation to sales order. After that finally you can convert that sales order to tax invoice. You can follow these 3 steps, or uh, you can enter quotation, or you can directly convert that quotation to tax invoice. Okay, assume now we are into sales orders also, and also I'll quickly go through these company settings. You can remember when we are doing these item settings under general settings, here there's a tick box, sales orders reserve item quantities. If you tick this option, that sales orders quantity will reserve for that customer. Okay. Then go to customer sales orders, click add sales order, select the customer, then you can enter that items you are going to enter in the sales order. Now if you have reserved that quantities, you can view from here reserved quantity. You can select the item, enter quantity, and you can enter the price, and you can save this sales order, or you can email or print this sales order. Assume now you have already entered quotation, and you want to convert that quotation to sales order. Okay, if you want to convert the quotation to sales order, there are 2 steps, 2 methods. First one is go to customer quotations, and from this list select that quotation and click this action, and click on this create sales order. Then system will display that customer, and items also it will display, and you can process this sales order. You can print or email this sales order. Okay, go to customer quotation list, click on this action, click sales order, create sales order. Okay, then those items will display in this quotation sales order, and you can process, save, print or email this sales order. Next method is go to customers, transactions, customer sales orders. From here click add sales order, select the customer, then from this quote you can select that quotations, then those items will display here. Then you can save, print or email this sales order. In addition to that, if you haven't entered any quotation, you can enter sales order from the beginning. Click add sales order, select supplier, select customer, and you can enter items by selecting from this item list. You can enter quantity, like this. You can select items and enter quantity, and you can save this sales order. Okay, as same as quotation, there may be status. You can view that overdue status, invoice pending, like that. There may be status. Invoice means if you convert this sales order, that status will change to invoice. And if you have entered sales order but delivery date not reached, it will display as pending. And if you enter any sales order and its delivery date exceeded, that status will show as overdue. Okay. Then you can sort this grid from here by clicking these headings. And there are also options also. You can view gross profit. You can view sales history. User defined fields. Document attachments. You can attach documents. You can attach maximum 5 attachments and up to 2 MB. Document notes. And create invoice or copy sales order. Now here number is 31. I'll copy this sales order and save. Now it's 32. Same amounts will display. Okay, now you can enter few sales orders, and you can convert previous quotations to a sales order, and by manually also you can enter sales orders. Okay, please enter few sales orders now. Okay, you can enter sales order like that. And if you want to design sales order, you can design from that designer, same way you design quotation. And you can rename that, or you can copy uh, quotation layout as sales order. Then when you are printing that sales order, you can select that sales order layout. Okay, from here you can select that sales order layout and you can print. Okay, next we will move to customer invoice. Go to customers, transactions, customer tax invoices. Okay, click add a tax invoice. From here you can select customer, and when you are selecting customer, if that customer has pending quotations or sales orders, system will ask, do you want to invoice that sales orders or quotations? If you want to convert sales order quotation to a invoice, you can click yes and you can select, or you can enter from the beginning. Okay, and if customer has sent any that purchase order, you can enter that purchase order number as customer reference. Then if you have any pending quotations or sales orders, you can select from here, and or you can enter from the beginning. You can select items. Okay, you can check these settings. I think you can remember when you are doing that company settings, we have said that if selling price is below cost price, that alert to alert display an alert. Okay, like this we can add. And if you want to select that analysis code, if this sale is relevant to any particular department, you can select that department. And if this related to any job, you can select that job. Like that, you can select that analysis code. And from here, you can change that inclusive price or to exclusive price, or exclusive price to inclusive price. And from here you can use that by clicking this blue color, use last invoice details. Then system will add that this customer's last invoice details. Okay, system will memorize that last invoice details, and it will add to this invoice also. Then you can print, email, or you can save this invoice, and also you can print delivery note also. If you are sending a delivery note with this invoice, you can print this delivery note. And if your credit limit exceeded, I think you can remember these things also. This when you are setting that company settings, we have add these settings. And also if you already entered any quotations, you can convert that quotation to an invoice. Go to quotation list, click actions, and click create invoice. And also if you have entered sales orders, go to sales orders and select the sales order and click actions and click on create invoice. Then those documents will convert to an invoice. Okay. And one more thing, now quotations and sales orders are just documents. There's no any accounting transactions to the system. Now if you add any quotation, it will not affect to that inventory or that customer. Sales order also same. There's no any accounting transaction, it's just a document. And but if you enter an invoice, there may be accounting transactions. Your that trade receivable will be debit, and sales will credit, and also that your inventory will credit and your cost of sales will be debit. There may be transaction, accounting transaction when you are entering an invoice, but there's no any accounting transaction when you enter quotations or sales orders. Those are just documents. Then you can view that invoice grid. From here you can view that overdue invoices, paid invoices, partially paid invoices, unpaid invoices. Now there are four status. First one, overdue. Overdue is now here due date is June 4th, 2020. Now still that customer haven't paid. Therefore, that status will be overdue. And if this customer has paid, it will change to paid. Now you can see now here total is 100 and amount due is 0. Then unpaid. Now here invoice value is 99 and 52, but this customer has a credit period. Still that due date is not reached, therefore that status will show as unpaid. Now if due date is reached, it will change to overdue, but still that due date not reached, therefore it will display as unpaid. And here this invoice, this total amount is 150,000 and amount due is 141,000. That means that customer has partially paid to this invoice. Therefore, that status display as partially paid. If that customer paid partially or part of that amount, total invoice amount, then status will change to partially paid. Then here also you can view these options. You can view that GP, gross profit, then invoice history, You can view user-defined fields, document notes. If customer promised to pay this invoice on a particular date, you can enter that anticipated payment date here. Then recurring invoice, we will do recurring invoice in next session. And if you want to convert this invoice to a credit note, if customer returns these goods, you can create this as a credit note, and you can enter receipt and you can copy this invoice. Okay, after process an invoice, if you want to change that invoice later, you can open this invoice, and now you can see you cannot edit this invoice, and if you click this edit button, you can change this or you can edit this invoice. Okay, I'll show it again. Now I'll open this invoice. It's paid, and all fields in ash color. You cannot edit this. And if you want to edit, by clicking this edit button, then if you have allocated any payments to that invoice, it will unallocate. After that, you can edit. You cannot change this invoice number or document number. Other than that document number, you can change other fields. Okay, like this, you can enter customer invoices. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, then we will wind up for today. Please practice that layout designer, and if you have any questions, you can ask or you can email us. And up to now, if you need to clarify any things, you can email or you can message us or before the session or after the session. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good night.